What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us also to live our life and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it's very important. It's our life. You were born to live, not to believe. You were born to explore, not to worship. You are born to enjoy and not to follow anyone. Live your life freely as eternal being that you are. Eternal, another word for eternal is natural. You cannot change nature. Nature exists. You cannot alter it. You cannot control it. That's how your life ought to be. Okay. So, I'm sharing with us this very important for like say maybe for years now or for months now I've been trying to speak on this about death. Although I've been making like posts about all that. Mm. So because I see this is one of the areas they miseducated us, they brainwash us, they make us fear death. They make us don't even dare to consider what death is all about. And some time ago, I've tried to use sleep to show them example because there's no truth outside you. There's no truth far from you. If you are looking for truth, every truth, you are that truth you are looking for. So when you understand death as you understand sleep, or if you can put them side by side and see, it's the sentence. Some people say when you die, you don't know what is going on. And the same thing, right? When you are sleeping, do you know what is going on? Of course you do. But we weren't trained or taught. Let me not use that word trained because trained is for slaves. So we weren't taught. This is the things, the basic things of life or the things of life that our own parents supposed to teach us in our home. We don't need to go to any school. We don't need to go to consult any gods to know these things because they are natural things to us. Death is natural thing, just as birth is. Also, I try to show us that birth and death are the same thing. They does the same thing to us. They are not our beginning. They are not our end. Birth is not our beginning. Death is not our end. We have no beginning. We have no beginning. We have no end. We are eternal being, including our bodies. Our body is not what they target. We are not mortals. We are immortals. It's when they created that imaginary God, they begin to put you down, telling you are mortal, and that God is immortal. And you begin to sing, immortal, invisible, God Almighty bullshit. You believe that immortal is invisible, and that invisible is almighty. And then you have to believe and fear and worship that idiot. Wake up. The thought of death, the thought of dying, it creates fear of death and idiotic expressions. Like some people will say, who are we to question the gods? Because they believe the gods can strike you dead. The thought of dying, the thought of horrible death. You may die in accident. You may die of that sickness. You may die of that disease. You don't die like an energy or like energy. You are not created and you cannot die. No one can eliminate you, especially you black people, Africans. You are the original human beings. Do you hear what I just said? Stop believing the same thing with the whites. Because you are not the same with them. We are not the same race with them. We are not the same human race with them. I'm not saying it to put them down, but that's the facts. That's who we are, and that's who they are. They share DNA with animals, we don't. Now you're supposed to know why they came after us the way they did and why they still treating us the way they're treating us. You see people making up some stupid expressions out of fear of dying, fear of death. If people, their ancestors used to say, "Eji hombawu agarog," we will not say because of death we will not fight. No, that is more reason why you should fight. If you know you will not die, you don't die, you keep existing. You're supposed to fight your oppressors. You're supposed to fight your enemies, not loving them, not giving to them, not feeding them. He said, if your enemy is hungry, feed them. If they are thirsty, give them water. You are stupid to do that. You don't do that. Your enemies are fighting. Yeah, tell them, keep fighting. Let them fight among themselves and kill themselves. Your enemies are hungry. Let them die. They are thirsty. Don't quench it. Let them die of it. Because if you feed them, they will turn around and kill you. Don't you see you are stupid to feed your enemies? You are stupid to give drink to your enemies. You are stupid to love your enemies. But I don't do love. Natural beings like us, we care. So you must be stupid to care about your enemies. And that's one of the things that cost Africans their heritage and still causing them to today. This is why we fight death instead of learn death, study death, consider death, ponder on death. Try to understand the message of death. We don't. We now living in fighting the death. Death is the obvious. You are fighting. People fighting the obvious. You can never win that battle. That's why you see some of them think that death is enemy they fight to kill, enemy that comes to steal, or thief that comes to steal. No. Death is something you're supposed to welcome, cherish, expect it anytime. The same way you expect what you say blessing. That's death you're supposed to see death as blessing to you. As I say, that is the greatest thing that can ever happen to you. Because it makes you, get to the next level in life. You continue living. Death is nature. There is no power you can use to defeat nature. You can never defeat the obvious. You can never change it. It remains the same. So you should stop fighting death as our enemy. Death is not our enemy. Death is not the devil. Death is not Satan. Death is not God. Death is not Jesus. These things I mentioned, they are our enemies. Death is not. Death is our part. It is because of this miseducation, this indoctrination, this brainwashing against death, you see people believing in a ghost, the spirit of a dead person. They say there's a ghost hunting somewhere. There's a ghost hunting people. There's a ghost hovering somewhere. You see people believing in that bullshit. People not believing they can communicate, communicate with the dead. Where? It's all in your mind. If you don't put it in your mind, it can never exist in that your mind. Somebody made that post. He said, post with the brain, picture of brain. He said, this is where God originated. And that's where God exists. Because it is your brain. They are saying that is God in you. A creative force in you. No, it's your brain. There's no God in you. God is fairy. There is no God. It doesn't matter how you try to rename it or how you try to interpret it, how you try to form it. There is no God. Africans, God and the Satan or devil is not in your African language anywhere. It's foreign. The same people that enslaved us gave us God and the Satan. Then our people turn their own things into Satan, and the God of their oppressors into, yeah, God. That's a good one. We have to worship. They begin to believe even that God have a ghost, that have spirit. You don't have a spirit in you. You are the spirit you're talking about. There's no soul in you. You are the soul you're talking about. Another word for spirit is person. Another word for soul is person. There's no person in you. There's no God in you. There's no ancestor in you. There's no being in you. You are the being you're talking about. You see people bragging that communing with spirits. It's all in their head. In African spirituality, in foreign religions, they are talking about communing with the spirits or with spirits. They succeeded in making you abandon common sense for communion and having communion with God. Having communion with my ancestors. I'm having communion with so. That's bullshit. Look at your life practically. How is that enhancing your life? You are just encouraging yourself in your illusion, delusion, and hallucination. And you come and say you are wise. They even call such people the wise one. No, they're not. They finish talking to themselves and tell you they were communicating with spirits. Oh, what you are doing here is a spiritual thing. You are a liar and you are a thief. Anywhere they tell you what they are doing is a spiritual thing, they are lying there and they are stealing there. They are evil people. You see also because of this nonsense, you see people casting out spirit of death. You go to poor places like Nigeria, you enter a public transport, a public bus. I say, why they don't do that in the plane? They only do it in the car, in the bus, public transportations like car, buses. Maybe they are doing it in Keke too. Before we move this Keke, let us commit this our journey. They know where they're going. That's where they go their business every day. But some of them turn to professionals there. Those professional preachers and prayers. They raise money there, especially when they know it's a long distance place. Like if you're traveling from Alaba or to Idumota or to Victoria Island or to Lakeside, they know it's a long distance and a lot of traffic. So they have a long way to preach and they collect money from them. Every spirit of death, spirit of accident. Idiot, there's no spirit of accident. There's no spirit of death. Oh, it's a Onwamba. From September. Spirit of accident begin to look for blood. So they are not looking for blood from January to August. So the one that killed 50 people in the church, which blood is that one? It's not the spirit of death or accident. Idiots. You see people casting out spirit of death. These are the people that believe that they said even living or dead, they are with the Lord. Now, why are you casting out spirit of death? Whether you believe in resurrection or reincarnation, there's no reason if you actually believe those things for you to fear death. You're supposed to welcome death. Death is not to be feared, but to be welcomed. You're supposed to know that, but you don't. And you are against somebody like me telling you the truth now that will set you free. And I don't care whether you like me or not. Why? You are not paying me. I'm not depending on you. I still have power. I'm still working, making my own money. I'm not depending on you. You see them. They don't wish or expect death, whether for themselves or for anyone. That's another thing that makes me laugh out loud. And I've lost some people because of that. I remember this woman living in London. So that's when I was a Christian. She used to share my posts and all that. So I think one time she said that she lost her mom, or maybe remembering when she lost her mom, she write like, rest in peace. That's when I was speaking against rest in peace, all that bullshit. The rest in peace supposed to be now you are alive. That's when you're supposed to rest in peace. When you relax, taking siesta or relaxing in your bed or in your home or taking nice sleep. That's when you're supposed to have rest. It's not what you have when you die. Oh, let us lay this person to rest. No, you don't know. It's when they're alive. They're supposed to lay in rest. Not you put people in the ground where they're supposed to go. You bury the yam and you say, let us lay this yam in peace, to rest. No, the yam will grow again. That's the same thing you will do when you die. Man, that's one of the things I used to make fun of them now. If I see any Christian sick or anybody that believe in God or afterlife sick, I say, okay, you're about to go to heaven. They say, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go yet. Why not? They gave you the picture of heaven that is so beautiful. Whether you are a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Jew, all those religions they believe in heaven. They gave you that picture. They say that, yeah, if you are faithful, you will go there. And you have been faithful. You have been praying. So now you are sick. You don't want to die. You're going to hospital. You're taking medicine. You want to be here. Doing what? You want to be here, keep suffering and complaining. And yet you say, all is well. No, it's not. You are lying. I am calling on us to trash beliefs. The reason why I'm asking you to trash beliefs, because you know you will die. No matter how you try to deny it, no matter how you try to delay it, you can never deny it. You know you will die. That's why when you see danger coming, you run away. You know you will die. Pericoma said, so long you are breathing, you were born to die, and your dies to be born again. Also, trash beliefs because you know those your family members, they will die. Your father will die. Your mother will die. Your brother will die. Your sister will die. Your child will die. You will die. You know they will die. No, why are you talking about it? Why are you wishing me death? Yes, wish me death. There's nothing bad about it. We must trust beliefs for knowledge. We must trust beliefs for factual truth. We must trust beliefs for nature and live naturally as we are born to live. If you trust belief, then you will ask, why the lost mentality? If you know you will die, if you know they will die, then why do you stay entertaining that lost mentality? I lost my father. I lost my mother. A cold hand of death. No. And these are people that are religious. They have their family religion. They believe there is heaven, they will go. Or they believe they will reincarnate. Why is it when somebody dies everywhere quiet? Why is supposed to be celebrating or celebrated? When somebody dies, celebrate and bury the person, not put them in any mortuary. I will never give my dime for anybody to be deposited in any mortuary, for whether they are my parents or my whatever. I will never do that. Why? That's why they keep opening shops on our head. People opening businesses, bring mortuary on that bullshit. That I'm telling you, it's not even every sickness or disease you carry somebody to hospital. Some people, they don't need all that. They will get that sickness and they survive and continue. But it's out of fear of dying. Take me to doctor. Take me to hospital. Oh, what is wrong with me? Relax. We have been taught away, far away from our truth, that we've been scared when we see ourselves. We don't want to see ourselves. We don't want to die. You see people saying it. I lost this person. I lost that person. And they think they are wise. They are stupid. You cannot lose any human being. We are not the lost. We are not. We can never be the lost. That's why they say, get lost. No, I can't. You can unfriend me, you can block me, but I can never get lost. you will still see me again. That's how death is. Death is like when you unblock me from Facebook, you unblock me. We're still on Facebook. Well, so long Facebook is still there, we're still there. You will still meet me one way or the other on Facebook. You will hear people repeating the lie they were taught. I lost my father. I lost my mother. I lost my brother. I lost my sister. So for all that bullshit. Then they conclude with RIP, rest in peace. Some people changing it now, rest in power. Reincarnate in power. Our people, they don't want to let belief go. They are working one, reincarnate in power. Rest in power. That's bullshit. We are people now living on wishes. I wish you this, wish you this. That's what you don't need all those wishes. They are just greetings, living your life on greetings. Because somebody said good morning. Okay, yeah, it's good morning. That person is my friend. No. And that's how you become victims to them. Because you fall for all those lies. You see people get upset whenever I try to point them to the foolishness of saying you lost someone. You cannot lose your father. You cannot lose your mother. You say, no, you know what they mean. You will not see that person again. Because you're stupid. Who are you? When you see yourself, you see that person. You will not see that person again. Some silly excuses they give to support their foolishness. We never lost, but reincarnates. We reincarnate like the yam. The seed, the life. When you see that seed of corn or yam seed, that's like your life. When you lay that yam down, when you bury that yam to the ground, it is called death, not end. Death is not end. Death is also a process. The yam goes there. He said the old people say, we don't see the yam no more. We lost the yam, no, we didn't. After some time, it began sprouting up, boom, 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 boom. At the harvest time, you go dig. It come out again, dig. That's when you have sex, you dig. You have to come again. Dig it. You know how you dig it. That's what you do when you have sex to be born again. That's how we born ourselves again. We never dies. You may you may delay death, but you will not deny it. That was the last message Idahosa preached before he died, preaching about death. He said, yeah, when you're taking medicine, you are delaying death. When you go to hospital, you are delaying death, but you will not deny it, regardless your age. You will not deny it. No matter how you eat yam or how you bury yam, you will still come forth again. That's why we always have yam. Try. You will never end the same way as human being. Spiritual leaders and religious leaders knew we don't get lost in death. That's why they created hellfire, telling you that in that hellfire, you see, they say you're dead, though, but they call it second death. They will throw you inside hellfire, where you will not die, but fire will be burning you forever and ever. Fire. And the maggot will be eating you. Maggot will be eating you and your body will remain. So they eat your body, it comes back. They eat it, it comes back. Then fire will be consuming your skin, your body. It will burn your bed. Can you burn the spirit in fire? You that believe that spirit is invisible, spirit is indestructible, your God is a spirit. Okay? You cannot see that God. You cannot destroy that God. But you believe He created you His own image and likeness. You will be born in hellfire. Okay, you say after you leave this body, you will go to that useless God. He will judge you, and then if He find you wanting, He will throw you inside fire. Where you people? It's religious leaders, spiritual people that created all this nonsense. Yes, spiritual people, religious people, all of them believe there is hell, there is heaven. They believe in afterlife. And look at them, they are not contributing anything worthwhile in this world because they are spiritual and they are religious. You have to abandon spirituality and religion for you to use your brain and create anything in this life that will benefit us as human beings. So if I don't believe in your God, I will burn in hellfire. Your God did not give birth to me. Your God did not create me. Do I look like a creature to you? This is a creature. You can throw it anywhere. I'm not a creature. I'm a living being, greater than your God. Let me help you to understand that common sense will deliver you from all fears, especially fear of death, fear of dying. Death is better. Dying is better than the life of slavery, life of hardship. Somebody was talking about suicide one time. I said, who says suicide is bad? Who said that? Suicide can be solution. All of us have suicidal thoughts. There's nobody living that don't have that suicidal thought. You must have it at a point in your life. It's a must. You feel like, it's better I'm dead. And that's good choice if you take it. I mean, that's great choice. But we have been miseducated. I know we fear to live and we fear to die. So we are like the bat hanging in between the up and down. Death is better than the life of slavery, life of hardship under the oppressors. You heard about the Igbo landing. No, they walk back into ocean. They say it's better they die than to be slaves in a foreign land, than to be slaves to these white people. Igbo people, ancient people, my people, your people. Because they have used tribe to scatter us. You don't know that we are one as Africa. Somebody wanted to say, oh, the blacks and the black Indians, they have different DNA from Africa. And I say it's a lie. That's nonsense they taught you. And that's nonsense they are teaching them, like in all those Hebrew Israelites bullshit. People that are reading themselves into the Bible that they are slaves in the Bible. They were said as slaves, the Most High. Idiots. Which Most High? Useless Most High. Death is better than bondage. Death is better than slavery. No matter how you try to judge it, death is better than slavery. It's better you die because you'll be born again. And that's why when you are alive, before you die, you're supposed, which type of life do you want to live? Where do you want to be born again? As you say, that's what they tell you when you say you will see it. No, not here. That's what the others told and put in the Bible, tell you that, what you will reap what you sow, or, whatever you say, you will have them. No, you cannot say anything now and have it. You have to work. But you can say what you have in your next life when you are born again. You hear our people saying, I will never have such brother again. I met that man last time I went to Nigeria. He said that. He said he wished he will never have this type of brothers he had. And that's what our people will be saying. If you do bad to them, they say, I will never have this type of friend again. In my next life, I will never marry this type of person. In my next life, I will never do this. That's how they will, because they know they will live, they will born again. They weren't talking about heaven, they weren't talking about hell. You read your Bible very well, or read your holy books. In their beginning, they didn't talk about people going to heaven. They were talking about hell. If you read Bible like Genesis 15:15, You see, where you bury your ancestors, that's where you're going to, and all of you coming back. Stop allowing the thought of dying drive you nuts, drive you crazy, drive you insane. It makes you begin to believe nonsense, accepting things that you're not supposed to accept. Say nobody knows, death can come. That's bullshit. You can even know when your death is coming. You can know that naturally. But many things have been have been forced on you. Fill your mind with that. You don't even consider that one. You just believe what they said. Okay, they say that that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, no. I'm telling you, some of the things I'm saying is you cannot hear it in any school. You cannot read it in any book. When it comes to things of Africa, I don't need anyone to teach me that because I was there then, and I'm still getting them. That's why I relax now. I think I analyze my dreams, my visions, my revelations, my thoughts, everything, including my illusions. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow they are one. It is people that split them, and we are suffering. Make great use of your brain. Common sense. What is common sense? It says, common sense is the ability to make sensible decisions. Common sense can deliver you from all that family crisis you're having. It will deliver you from all these fraudsters, all these people going about deceiving people, lying to people, robbing people. Common sense can deliver you. Common sense can deliver you from slavery. The spell that people cast on you, common sense can deliver you from it. Somebody want to control your life. Ask that person, are you feeding me? If that person is not feeding you, if you're the one feeding yourself, you can put food into your own mouth, not that person putting that food in your mouth. Why are you slave to that person? Why are you following that person? You call it movement, you call it organization, you call it cult, you call it church, you call it religion, you call it faith, you call it whatever you call it. People using you as if they have two heads. It's time you wake up and trash all their nonsense. Use your brain, use your senses, use common sense. You have that ability to make sensible decisions in things pertaining us. We all have that ability. Nobody have any special ability over you. That's why they created all these institutions to make masters and slaves. You think somebody is greater than you, somebody is authority. There's no one who is authority over you but you. Live your life well, live your life humanly. No more, dare to know more. When you are armed with knowledge, you will be unfit to be a slave of anyone or any God. Dare to know. No more, no fear. Always go after facts. No matter where they lead, go with them and live humanly. Enjoy your life.